Thank you. I now recognize the gentlelady from North Dakota, Mrs. Fedorchak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for the opportunity to sit in on your committee today. I'm a member from North Dakota, a new member, and I am on the Energy and Commerce Committee, but am very interested in this issue, particularly the powering of America's AI industry. I spent 12 years as a utility regulator, most recently was president of the National Association of Utility Regulators. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the issues regarding our energy markets, the signals we're sending to our energy markets, the massive increase in demand that we're talking about here. When I look back on the 12 years as a regulator in my state, and we served during a time of energy boom, so we saw demand increase, it was still like 3%. So when you look, I was in a meeting this morning with PJM, and they said that their peak demand today is 150 gigawatts. And they're looking in 5 years to be at 185 gigawatts. That is mind-blowing. That is astounding. And to meet that demand, I appreciate, requires a level of development that we have never before done. There's no time in history that we've grown that much power and connected it to the grid that quickly. So with that, I have just a couple questions for you experts, and I invite you to participate. We've got a working group my office has led on AI and energy. We want to try to get some solutions and a policy framework for solutions to bring to the table on this very issue. But what types of efficiency upgrades can we count on, I hope, to mitigate that power demand increase? Because AI is getting more and more efficient, and hopefully some of these projections will come down because of efficiency increases and improvements. So for any of you, I invite you all to comment on that. Maybe with you, Mr. Mills, you want to start?
Yeah, the efficiency, the rate of improvement in energy efficiency of compute in GPUs is faster than the vaunted Moore's Law efficiency gains. And the rate of efficiency gains in the cloud are even faster yet, because efficiency gains in the transmission of information and the memory systems, all the associated, are going extremely fast. What's happening is that the demand for the product, software, is growing even faster, because what efficiency gains do in computing is it makes the computing cheaper, easier, faster, which for quite a long time is going to overtake all of the ostensible efficiency gains. I think the principal solution will come from, and I will say I endorse a blend of what Mr. Slocum has said and what a lot of other people are saying, to your point, that we can't build that much capacity that quickly. It looks like we can't for a whole set of supply chain reasons. So we're going to have to figure out how to meet the demand for the services while moderating the incredible demand for power. I think one of the solutions will be increased use of where the utility industry was 100 years ago, which is loads this big, which are industrial class loads. They're purely in the sort of refinery, steel mill. We'll increasingly see on-site generation, independent generation, and even co-generation. Co in the sense of not heat and power, but peak shaving for the grid without costing consumers money. Every utility I talk to, every utility CEO, does not want to raise the costs of their electricity for their consumers to serve an industrial load. This has been a difficult challenge.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you,
Representative.
Representative.
Go ahead, were you finished?
Sorry. Do I have another minute?
Yes,
Thank you.
sorry.
Mr. Leva?
I appreciate the question,
Yes,
Representative Fedorchak.
if you can.
And, I would just add that data centers are highly efficient facilities, but they also enable energy savings and efficiencies economy-wide. I talked earlier about just, the changes in the last 15 years walking into a data center, the ambient temperature inside. Servers generate heat. Early days you had to wear a windbreaker going into a data center because it was that cool.
Right.
Now ambient temperatures have increased substantially. You can go into data centers that are 80 degrees or higher, and that's part of the energy efficiency gains that we've got within the data centers if we're looking at cooling. But I also think it's important to recognize the role of data centers in enabling energy efficiency efficiency for others, whether you think about
sure.
smart thermostats, whether you think about GETs and dynamic line monitoring, or any number of technologies that are utilized by consumers, that are utilized by businesses, utilized by government. All of those rely on the digital infrastructure that data centers are providing. And I think there's not only substantial recognition within the data centers, but certainly economy-wide of the efficiencies gained.
Thank you. I'm out of time, but I will say North Dakota has cool air and we're flaring gas. So come there, use that gas and generate power. Thank you. Appreciate it. I yield back.